Hello everybody, this is your main man Keith here from Keith Plays PS4 927. Happy Tuesday morning to all my awesome viewers on this awesome channel. We are in episode 4 in game 4 of the first round of the Eastern Conference playoffs, so the NBA Finals, road to the NBA Finals Milwaukee Bucks series. And we're only one win away from sweeping the New York Knicks, and we will advance to the next round if we beat the Knicks today in this episode. So, we're going to be still playing in Madison Square Garden. I will have all 3 of the previous Bucks versus Knicks videos from this series and the links to the descriptions in the videos if you haven't checked it out already. So, we'll see you at tip-off time. Alright, welcome to tip-off time here at Madison Square Garden in Manhattan, New York City, 6 hours east of Hermitage, Pennsylvania. So Derrick Rose has possession of the basketball, and it looks like he's going to dribble this way out. So he is going to get that in with that spin move for 2 points. So Giannis passes this off to Chris Middleton. So Chris Middleton drills a 3, as a matter of fact. So Giannis Antetokounmpo will pick up that assist there. Emmanuel quickly passes this off to Derrick Rose, and R.J. Barrett has possession of the basketball. He's going to pass it to Julius Randle, who has been one of the most improved players on this New York Knicks team. I mean, they have made the first time they made the playoffs this season since 2013 when Carmelo Anthony was the star of the team. And Derrick Rose last episode had 2 points. He was 0 for 3 in field goals. His only points were actually those 3 throw shots. So Julius Randle makes that dunk happen. Drew Holiday, former New Orleans Pelicans player, shoots it in from mid-range, and it's now going to be 7-4. Bucks lead it by 3. So Derrick Rose has possession of the basketball, and the Greek Freak gets a foul. It's a reach-in foul. So he's one of the most talented players in this NBA right now. I mean, he's 26 years old. He'll probably be a rising star. He'll still probably be playing by the time he is about 30, 37, because that's how old LeBron will be in December. Giannis makes the steal. There is a foul there. It's on R.J. Barrett. It's a shooting foul. So Giannis Antetokounmpo will go to the 3-throw line, and hopefully he'll get 1 extra point. Question is, will he get 1 extra point? The answer is yes. So it's now 10-4. Bucks lead it by 6. So Derrick Rose has possession of the basketball, so he loses that possession. Mitchell Robinson tries to pick it up, and he has possession. And there is a foul there. It's on Chris Middleton. It's a shooting foul, so this means he'll go to the 3-throw line once at it, and he might add 1 additional point if he makes it in. If he doesn't, so if he does not, Milwaukee will have a rebound, and they will have possession of the basketball. The answer is no. Giannis picks up that rebound. He's a quick rebounder, if you have to admit one thing or another. He is so fast. He can do fast break points at any time in the game. And that's why he's so talented. I mean, he won Finals MVP July of this year against Phoenix. So he makes that dunk happen. So it's now 14-6. He could have been categorized for Greece in the basketball Olympic team. I mean, they could have won silver, could have won bronze, but USA tends to win gold most of the time, except back in 2004 when they won bronze. And I think Argentina, from what I know of, to my understanding, won that Olympics. So Giannis picks up that rebound, and he is going to get a layup in the paint there. So that's a good lead. 11 points for Giannis, 5 for 5 in field goals. So that's not too bad. I mean, he's off to a hot, fresh start. I mean, Antetokounmpo gets that in, so he has now 13 points, while the rest of the team has 7. So Emmanuel quickly has possession of the basketball. He's going to pass it off to Derrick Rose. The New York Knicks do, in fact, take a timeout. All right, we took a small break there for a brief moment. Had to do some depth chart substitutes. So I'm going to pass it off to Thanasis Antetokounmpo, the older brother of Giannis Antetokounmpo. They both won the championship this year. So the three Antetokounmpo brothers that played in the NBA, it's crazy because all those, the Costas, Giannis, and Thanasis all won an NBA championship within less than 1 year. So Costas won it with the Lakers in October of last year for the NBA Finals. So Thanasis Antetokounmpo makes that steal, dribbles it out. He has that same talent like his younger brother Giannis. So it's now 10 seconds to go. RJ Barrett, he's going to pass it to Thanasis Antetokounmpo. He gets that one in. And we'll see you guys in the second quarter. Alright, now, beginning of the second quarter here in Madison Square Garden in Manhattan, New York City. Giannis Antetokounmpo, whoa, there's a foul there. It's on Taj Gibson, the former teammate of Derrick Rose, when they played in Chicago. So, Giannis missed that first free throw. Will he make the second one in is the real question. The answer is yes. So, we're leading the New York Knicks by quadruple points, because take a look at this. 32 divided by 8 does equal to 4. So RJ Barrett has possession of the basketball. I don't think he's probably going to get this one in, but he's going to spin his way. And no defenders there try to block him. So Thanasis is passing it off to Giannis. So it's kind of funny how both players are last name Antetokounmpo, but they switch out their numbers a little bit. Giannis is number 34, Thanasis is 43. But now, to my understanding, when I read their personal life on Wikipedia, I think the 3 represents the year his father was born, 1963, and his mother, I think, was born in 64, something like that. And we outbenched the Knicks bench by 9 points, so Giannis drills that in from mid-range, so it's now 36-12, 18 points, so he scored half the team's points today, and I'm impressed that Giannis is a superstar developing player for this Milwaukee Bucks team. PJ Tucker makes that steal. I'm going to pass it off to, where's Chris Middleton? I'm going to drill a 3 with Middleton, so he's going to get that in from behind the arc. That's a 3-pointer. It's now 39-12, so RJ Barrett has possession of the basketball. So Barrett try to look his ways. Gibson passing it off to Barrett, so he misses that. So Middleton passing it off to Thanasis Antetokounmpo. Giannis, I'm hoping to do a 3-pointer. And will he make it? It is the real question. I think this will be his first 3-pointer of the game. Alright, now we have possession. Giannis with 24 points, 2 assists with at least 4 steals. So he makes that layup happen. So he's an all-around player for this Milwaukee Bucks team. So the first quarter, he had 13 points, and he was an A+ in field goals. So that's something to look forward to. Derrick Rose passing it to Mitchell Robinson. Derrick Rose does pick up that assist for the New York Knicks. And the Knicks have not been doing all that good within this playoffs. I mean, they have struggled. They don't make threes in perfectly. And there is a foul. They've been making a lot of fouls within the last 2 to 3 games, at least 3 games within the last 2 games. So Julius Randle passing it off to Derrick Rose. Emmanuel quickly loses the basketball, picks it back up, and he gets that in there. So the Bucks did a good job trying to box out there. So Drew Holiday has possession of the basketball. He is going to drill a 3 for the Milwaukee Bucks, and it's going to happen. 53-16. Julius Randle passing it off to Derrick Rose. So Derrick Rose loses that basketball. Drew Holiday, I'm going to pass it off to Giannis. So he makes that splash. He's going to make it dunk. And it's now going to be a 55-16 lead. I am going to take a little early break. 30-second break for the first 30 seconds of the third quarter. So Emmanuel quickly, he loses the basketball. Julius Randle, Giannis picks up that steal, so he is going to go up and he is going to get fouled. There is a foul there. It's on Julius Randle, so he will have 2 chances to go to the free throw line. He misses the first one like he did on the other free throw attempt. And will he make the second one? And we'll see you guys in the second half. So Emmanuel quickly has possession of the basketball. He's going to pass it off to Mitchell Robinson. Scores that in. So it's now 60-20. Milwaukee leading this by 40. So Giannis Antetokounmpo has possession of the basketball. And he's actually going to dunk that in. So they try to block there, this New York Knicks team, but it's not successful. 33 points today for Giannis, and 22 of them in the paint. So Derrick Rose formerly played with the New York Knicks back in the 2016-17 season. And believe me, he did wear the number 25, and I think he wore that with the Detroit Pistons and the Minnesota Timberwolves. So Giannis picks up that rebound. He might as well get a triple-double in this episode to end the series. I mean, 35 points today, and he has 9 from mid-range. So he's a quick passer. He could do a whole lot of things that no other NBA player could do. I mean, LeBron James could do all that stuff. I mean, we've had 5 more three-pointers in this New York Knicks team today. So, I mean, the Knicks aren't like the greatest three-point shooting team if you compare that to the Los Angeles Clippers. I mean, in our T-Wolves franchise, which I will have one of the last few episodes. I'll have probably the last episode in the description in the video. So RJ Barrett pulls up a 3. Derrick Rose, I think, will pick up that assist there. So it's now 66-26. So Giannis gets this one in for 2 points. So it's now 68-26. So it's now 37 points, 8 in this quarter. And Derrick Rose has possession of the basketball, so the Nas is passing it off to Giannis. He makes that Vince Carter spectacular dunk. So this is possibly going to be a Milwaukee Bucks win, but there's only 125 left within the third quarter, and Derrick Rose passing it off to Julius Randle. He's been leading the team in points, rebounds, assists per game this season, and I'm impressed that Julius Randle had to step up. I mean, the Knicks did not make the bubble, so Chris Middleton gets that in there, so it's now 72-29. All right, it's now 78-34. This Milwaukee Bucks team is pretty talented right now. PJ Tucker, he's going to pass it to Brook Lopez and then to some Drew Holiday. And he's going to knock down this 3, and he's going to get that in there. And this will end the third quarter. Milwaukee leading this 81-34. All right, your safe arm assist of the game is coming right up. He passes it off to Chris Middleton, Giannis Antetokounmpo, but he gets that one in. There was a foul there, but he had a great block within a couple of minutes ago. So he had a pretty good block. I mean, this Bucks team, they know how to block seriously. They block seriously. They play hard. They work hard. They don't want to be stopped. They want to be that number 1 team that wins that championship. So Elfrid Payton has possession of the basketball, so he's going to pass it off to Kevin Knox II. Misses that, and Giannis picks up that rebound. I'm going to pass it off to Thanasis, his older brother. So little brother will pick up the assist, while big brother picks up the points. So that's important to see. I mean, this Bucks team, assists are really good in the game of basketball. You got to admit one thing or another. Thanasis, Giannis, drilling a 3. Will he make this in? The answer is no. Thanasis passing it off to Giannis, and Giannis loses it, and it's now on the New York Knicks. So Kevin Knox II there loses the basketball. Giannis picks it up, and he gets that in there. He gets it in for 2, so it's now 88-34, 43 points. That's the jersey number of his older bro, Thanasis. So Giannis, he's going to pass it off to Drew Holiday, and then Giannis gets that in there, and it's now 90-34. Alright, so now Elfrid Payton loses the basketball, and I think Drew Holiday picks it up, passing it off to Brook Lopez and to Thanasis. Middleton steps back, pulls a 3, so the Bucks have been doing really good at threes today. I mean, Giannis may be the leading scorer, but Middleton has improved on its threes quite a bit throughout this series. So Elfrid Payton does that spin move there, so Elfrid Payton passes it off to Gibson. And he passes it off to Elfrid Payton. So out of bounds, the New York Knicks have possession of the basketball. So we're ready to play some D here. So hands up. You got to use hands in the game of basketball. So they're going to pass it off to Frank Nictolina from the country of France. And there is a foul there. It's on Thanasis Antetokounmpo. Alright, now it's 1:02 to go before the Milwaukee Bucks are going to be your first, will advance off to the second round. So Reggie Bullock gets it in there for 2 points. By the way, we did in fact score our 100th point of the game. So that's something anticipating to see there. Chris Middleton gets that in for 2. So it's now 102-40. And the Milwaukee Bucks, they're red hot today. I mean, They advance off to the second round while they send the New York Knicks home. So the New York Knicks, they get to be watching the second round instead of playing the second round. So Kevin Knox gets that in there. 30 seconds to go before we win game 1, before we win game 4. And this is really exciting because there's going to be a likelihood that Milwaukee will probably make the finals and probably win them. So Frank Nictolina picks up that lost basketball. He's going to pass it to Obi Toppin. And he's going to pass it back to Nictolina. So Nictolina drills that 3. So there's no sense of 10 seconds with New York scoring 62 points, because that is not possible. So we win this game by the final score of 106-45. They send the New York's home. The New York Knicks, they get to be watching the rest of the playoffs as we get to advance. Alright, Giannis Antetokounmpo, 47.7 rebounds, 9 assists, 7 steals. And he had 5 dunks on the day. So congrats to Giannis. So Chris Middleton had 18 points, 1 assist, 3 steals on the day, 2 blocks. So that's something, good game by him today. Drew Holiday, 15 points, 2 assists there, 3 steals. Thanasis Antetokounmpo, 14 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 assists,